Hello, everybody. It is I, Count Mikula. I'd like to welcome you to a very special edition of Windbreaker Media. As you can tell, I am talking like a vampire because it is spooky season.
Jumpscare!
Slowly he turned around.
I don't believe in those sorts of things. Yeah, so this will be our first full
Spooky.
well, it's a spooky video. It's our first video.
Yeah.
Video.
Yeah, it's our first video, and we're starting it off with a time of year that we both really enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, it's no Christmas, but it's close.
Halloween's so much better than Christmas.
I mean, that's a fight that him and I will... I mean, just go back to Mike vs. the Machine episode, whatever the Christmas one was called, and that'll really tell you. Merry Mike'smas.
Tortured with...
And this April 10th, don't tell them, don't say anything.
Oh, no.
But April 10th, there should be a sequel to that episode.
I hate you.
And it's going to be great. But we're supposed to do it this year, but it just didn't happen.
No, it's not. It's not going to be great. It's going
to be fantastic.
It's torture. It's torturing me, which
well,
to do.
Yeah, but that's what makes a lot of people out there happy. At least some of my personal friends or family who have viewed the podcast. That's their favorite thing.
Getting my ass getting tortured.
Yeah. Moving forward, what we have on the docket today is a horror franchise tournament.
Fuck yeah.
So I took the top 24, according to some article, top 24 horror movie franchises based on both revenue and popularity. Got those into a list. It includes everything that's more mainstream that we would want to include. But
so
okay.
I'm assuming the heavy hitters are the ones that got the buys.
Okay, so to report, our buy winners, and it's because I made this bracket, Nightmare on Elm Street is at the number 1 seed.
You're such a Freddy simp.
Yeah. I mean, he put that one chick in a little roach motel, and then he had the one chick with the refrigerator, and he stuffed her full of food.
Killed the one kid with video games.
He was a superhero once. I mean, some of those were really corny, but I love them, so I don't care. So then, yeah, going forward, number 8 seed is Saw. We're going to go out of order here because whatever. I don't care. Number 4 seed, The Evil Dead. Number 5 seed, Child's Play. Number 2 seed, Friday the 13th. Yeah! Number 7, Predator, which I just moved up earlier today.
Yes, the Oucha.
Halloween and Alien. And I know some people will say, well, horror purists might be mad because they'd say Alien's a science fiction movie.
That first Alien movie's a horror movie. That's a horror movie.
And Predator is more of like a thriller or a sci-fi thriller. But at the end of the day, it's a movie that gives your butt cheeks a fright. Jeez. And that's what's most important.
Yeah, if I heard
for
that
me,
clicking
for here.
noise in the fucking woods, I'd be shitting my pants.
Yes. So it's things that are scary. It's not just horror as a... It's more as horror of a blanket rather than horror specific. And hey, it's our bracket. It's the way we want it to be.
Yeah.
If you want to do your own bracket, you do your own bracket, okay?
You do your own fucking brackets.
Do your own bracket. Smile,
Sorry,
Michael, smile. Like, comment, and subscribe. Anyway, so now that I see how this thing works, we'll go into our first matchup. I'm not going to go into all of the other seeds. We'll go through them as we go.
All right, matchup
and
one.
there is also a loser's bracket. This is double elimination. I will say we're going to go more for vibes through this first round. We're going to try to not stick with any of them too much. And I think with a lot of these, we'll probably have general good consensuses.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
until we hit the top seeders, then I think we'll start...
That's going to be divisive.
We'll start fighting. But for now...
All right, what's round 1?
Oh, wait. So round 1, Night of the Living Dead versus The Exorcist.
Okay, Exorcist 1 and 3 are okay. Exorcist 2 is garbage. Any of the prequels or sequels that were made weren't that good.
Yeah, Exorcist 1 stands on its own as a horror classic.
Yes.
And Exorcist 3, if I remember correctly, is the one where it's like
It brings back the original priest, Father Karras, and he's in a mental asylum or jail or something.
Yeah, and then there's a cop.
Yeah.
And it has that one really cool jump scare where the guy walks through the hospital after like a real long stretch of nothing, and then he comes through with the scissors.
Yep.
And it has Brad Dourif.
Yeah, the voice of Chucky.
So that's pretty cool. So I kind of feel like I know which way we're leaning when I compare the two.
I have to.
Because Night of the Living Dead, it has a connection to us personally for where we live.
Yeah, it was the original movies.
The original zombie.
The original zombies were filmed here in Pittsburgh.
And now they're tearing down the Monroeville Mall.
Yep. And Century 3.
Yeah, but that one didn't have zombies filmed in it. Now,
this is true, yeah, no.
They're also tearing down the Washington Mall and repurposing Washington Crown Center. But, they didn't have zombies in them either.
Nope.
But
yeah, I've got to give it to Night of the Living Dead.
You do?
Fuck yeah.
I thought we're fighting over Exorcist. We're fighting already?
I have to give it to Night of the Living Dead. Oh, come on. They're coming to get you, Barbara. They're coming to get you, Barbara. And then he actually turns into a zombie and tries to kill her.
But then the thing is, this is horror franchise tournament. And once you start going for horror franchise, then I have to remember the mall zombie movie.
Yeah.
And everything like that. Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, it's Night of the Living fucking Dead.
Yeah, you're correct. Oh, God. All right. Now, I feel like this might finally be the easy one. The Omen versus Scream as a franchise. And that's the thing. You have the original Omen, and were there any sequels?
Yeah, there was a few, and they were all bad.
And I know there were reboots, and even more modern reboots.
They were bad.
And that first one's fine, and the reboots are,
It's got to go with Scream.
Yeah, and Scream, I think maybe we'll talk a little...
Give us Matthew Lillard.
Well, it didn't give us him. He was born before that, and, did things before that, but...
It put him on the map.
Probably. But we can go more into Scream later. But
it's Scream.
We definitely give it the win.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Yeah, that first one was genre defining for the new age of horror. The new
age of slashers, yeah.
Wes Craven tried to do it first with A New Nightmare, and that was a great movie.
Oh yeah, New Nightmare's great.
New Nightmare is great, but he then was like, okay, I'm going to take what I did with New Nightmare, and I'm going to push it even further with Scream.
Yep.
Okay, here's where we get into some stranger things.
More of the... yes.
So, Paranormal Activity and Poltergeist.
Ooh, they're both genre-defining because Poltergeist kind of put haunting movies at the forefront.
But they're genre-defining in different ways. Because Paranormal Activity...
really just kind of ripped off Blair Witch Project with the found footage.
Yeah, well, it propelled found footage into the stratosphere.
Yeah.
But in a way that allowed it to become the schlop that it
turned
became.
into, yeah.
Yeah. So it's
not to mention Poltergeist is a really cool story behind it about the set being haunted and cursed.
Yeah, it's Paranormal Activity, 90% of the movie, nothing was happening.
Yeah,
whereas Poltergeist...
Poltergeist,
it had a little girl and a TV.
And the Poltergeist 2 was actually pretty scary on its own as well.
Yeah, so I feel like we're going Poltergeist.
Yeah, it's Poltergeist.
Yeah. Bye. Okay, so this one's... It's strange that two H's got put together. Now, Let me tell you, when it says Hannibal, we're talking Hannibal Lecter movies. So this will include Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs, and Hannibal. Okay. As well as, I guess, the show. What?
2 out of 3 are very good in that.
What's the one that's not good?
Hannibal.
What?
Hannibal kind of pushes it a little bit.
Red Dragon. Ray Liotta ate his own brains.
Yes.
And a guy carved off his... Yes, I mean, it was only good for its shock value. I get that. But the shock value was awesome as hell.
Who carved off his face was also Sirius Black. And Dracula.
That was Gary Oldman?
Yes.
Well, then that movie's great. What the hell are you talking about?
Like you said, for the shock value, but but when you look at, if you want to...
I mean, obviously Red Dragon's the best movie out of the 3.
Yeah, with Silence at a very close.
I mean, I like Julianne Moore for for Hannibal, and I like what's her name?
Oh fuck! Shit, the guy tried to kill Reagan over her.
Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster.
Why
yes.
did the idea of shooting Reagan get the name into my head? That's what put it in there. But Edward Norton is the better actor out of all three of those.
Yeah.
But
then
weird.
Anthony Hopkins is just.
Oh man. Yeah. So
you would talk about somebody who could literally chew scenery.
But then also, I mean, Red Dragon. It had like Blind Woman and Ray Fiennes.
Yeah, Ray Fiennes.
Like, great movie. Anyway, so Hannibal is up against Hellraiser, which we barely even mentioned. And here's the problem.
After the first and third, again, it's another where the installment, like you've got a billion, but the first and the third ones are the only good ones.
It has a lot of staying power because
it goes to space.
It has a lot of staying power because of the designs. But at the end of the day, the first one's the only movie that is amazing.
Yeah.
Apparently, according to, I think, Red Letter Media, and I was watching it recently, there's a couple of I think it was them, but there was a couple of the movies later that were like kind of cool in a way because of the style
the way
or whatever.
The Xenobites looked.
But
Xenobites, yeah.
It's mostly trash.
Yeah.
After that first one. So.
But yeah, we're going Hannibal.
Yeah.
When you go to space.
Shout out. Well, yeah. Well, your boy Jason went to space too. We're going to talk about that later, but
yeah,
we're not going to get. We're not going to get into it. What? Oh God, I almost gave Hellraiser the point. Hannibal. All right. Final Destination. And Candyman.
You know what? I love the Final Destination. They have some of the most creative kills, but I have to
wait. You're going to give it to Candyman?
Tony Todd, man.
I've never seen Candyman. I was going to watch it before we did this tournament, and then I forgot.
Start with the original. You want to see you just want to see the first one. Farewell to the Flesh isn't as good.
But does Candyman beat the first Final Destination?
Yes. Because of just the story of it alone.
What about, does Candyman beat that feeling that all like millennials get when they're behind a log truck?
Nothing fucking beats that.
Because when we're behind log trucks,
we get the fuck out of the way.
We get out of the way.
We go to the next lane. We're like, nope.
No. We pass that. And then we hope there's not a cop behind us, because then that cop is going to be the one that dies to the log, and then we know we're in a Final Destination.
Yeah. But I mean, I want to give it to Candyman because Tony Todd was such a great actor.
I think I'll give this one to you because the Indiana Jones video game
was his last role.
So good, and he had a role in it.
Okay.
I'll give it. Okay, but this is in this round. This is your in, and I get one.
All right, that's fine.
If I need one, I'll take one.
All right.
So we'll see if we need it, but only in this round.
All right.
And the first loser round, if I don't use it here.
Okay. What do we have? I see The Conjuring.
The Conjuring and Resident Evil. And when we say Resident Evil is a horror franchise in this kind of tournament, we're talking live action movies.
Not like I'm a believer in the paranormal, but I have to preface
and that's actually an episode we should do for spooky times here, Man of Science, Man of Faith, because I don't believe in
and
spookies.
So I have to preface it by saying I am a believer in the paranormal, but learning how Ed and Lorraine Warren were kind of grifters.
Well, they were absolutely fully on grifters. So do you want to say
the Conjuring movies are good? I'll give them that, but they paint the Warrens as heroes when
it's because it's their estate, like that. I don't know if their estate made the movies.
No,
but
James Wan made the movies, but
that's the director. But I'm saying like people who are in with it, like whatever. Yes, they're shown as like mythical figures.
They're heroes, Christian Catholic superheroes, basically.
Catholic super. Yeah.
So like.
So you kind of want to just say fuck you to The Conjuring and give it to Resident Evil,
even
though Resident Evil sucks.
Even though I do enjoy the Conjuring movies, the first Resident Evil movie wasn't bad.
Well, here we go. See, first Resident Evil movie, not bad. First Conjuring movie, not bad. The second Resident Evil movie, I literally halfway through that movie, when Jill Valentine did some kind of flip over a thing, I laughed so hard that I turned off the movie and never watched another Resident Evil minute again. Because that flip and the way they did the music and the slow-mo camera, it was so ridiculous and so stupid that I was just done with the whole thing.
Have you seen the other 2 Conjuring movies that have been made?
I've seen at least bits and pieces.
Now, are we including the Annabelle and the Nun movies in the Conjuring?
Oh, because
the Conjuring verse.
Because I would say this is the Conjuring universe, and if you're going to include Annabelle, then I'm giving the point to Resident Evil right fucking now. Right.
I mean, like you said, you don't believe, but I do, and it's weird that Annabelle was going on tour, and people. Then she was in Pennsylvania, and when she was in Pennsylvania, 911 just blacked out for no reason, and 2 of her handlers have died since she's been on tour. Of they say natural causes.
Like, but, I mean, this is like Mummy's Curse shit. Like, oh, they killed
and now comedian Matt Rife bought their paranormal museum, which means, hell, if Annabelle is a real thing, keep the cage open, let the demon out. Let's fucking go. Let's go.
Okay, but are we giving it to Resident Evil?
Yeah, I'd give it to Resident Evil.
Yeah, I didn't want to have to use my take on that one, but it's like, I mean, Resident that movie series sucks, but at least they came from good video games. So and here's one that is strange, because Jaws, technically, yeah, horror. Like I said at the beginning,
the first Jaws.
It's whatever makes me go spooky.
Definitely a horror movie.
It makes me whatever makes me go spooky, ooky, and poopy my pants. Like, well, that's what we're talking about here. And yes, that original Jaws, technically, it's a masterclass in subtle horror, only because the original animatronic broke
so much that they had to wait.
And then they were like, well, less is more, right? And
it worked.
And it worked. Like, so what would that original Jaws movie have been if
you could have seen the shark?
Yeah, if the animatronic was fully working the whole time.
I don't know. But aside from the first Jaws movie, I have to give it to Insidious, because those movies creep me the fuck out.
Yeah, Insidious. I haven't seen the newest ones, but those first
movie. Oh my god!
Yeah, because he goes into the thing and to find his son or whatever.
Yeah, he's
right?
in the ether or whatever.
And then the newer one, there's a red door or something.
Yeah, something like that.
But those 2 movies, especially those first 2, very good. And then Jaws after that. Wasn't there one of them where it was like Jaws coming back for revenge?
Jaws for the revenge,
yeah.
And
the fish can't take revenge,
and it roars.
Is it a lion or a tiger roar?
It's the Jerry roar from a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Oh. Yeah, those Jaws.
And the only thing that saves Jaws the Revenge is Michael Goddamn Caine. Sir Michael Goddamn Caine.
Yeah. So, I mean, Insidious gets that 100%.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre versus Psycho.
Norman Bates, Leatherface. Okay, both based off the same person.
Now here,
like I said, Ed Gein. Based off of Ed Gein.
Yeah, he was very influential.
Yes.
See, now here's where I'll say the Psycho sequel situation
awful.
No, not fully. Not fully. Once again, Red Letter Media.
Yeah.
Psycho 1, obviously a perfect classic. But then I'm forgetting. I think it's Psycho 4 is the one that's just absolute god-awful stupid shit. The second one, I think it was like he was moving back into town and he was trying to be a good person and nobody would let him be a good person, and murders were happening and they were being done by somebody else. And he ended up getting pulled into killing someone, and it was like a really tragic story where you were rooting for Norman. And it was it very interesting. Then the third one was him just full on killing because of what happened in the second one. But I'd say those 2 sequels had much more staying power than a lot of people give them credit for.
Yeah.
Mike didn't give them credit for.
Well, I've only seen the original.
Yeah, and then you said that the rest of them were bad with no knowledge. He assumed.
Yeah, I know.
He assumed.
But little tidbit, when they were making the original site, because I'm watching the.
I thought you were talking about Alfred Hitchcock's penis.
No. Why?
You said little tidbit.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Now what about Leatherface?
Well, they took the
That's just a redneck family. And then there's like
Cannibals.
a
They're
very
cannibals.
loose Ed Gein put over top of the main guy who's really stupid. And then the sequels are like really bad.
I mean, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is frightening as fuck.
Yeah, you just said that in response to me saying the sequels were very bad.
The sequels are not good, and the remakes are almost as bad.
Yeah. So
It's gotta
especially
go to Psycho.
especially for the cultural significance, it goes,
It
to Psycho.
Yeah, even though when Texas Chainsaw Massacre did come out, it was called like the scariest movie of all time, but it got really bad reviews because they said it was very smutty.
All right. I feel like a lot of these, sadly, well, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. We don't have to get into a lot about Nightmare on Elm Street right now. But if you put it up against Night of the Living Dead, what is your initial reaction?
Dream Demon versus zombies. I'll take my chance with the zombies. I'm going Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh. Well, this isn't about who would survive in what franchise.
No, which one do I have a better chance of surviving?
This has nothing to do with chances of survival, Michael. This isn't some sort of
I could sleep
millennial
through a zombie
hellscape.
apocalypse.
We're not talking about surviving in anything. This is about the franchises as movies that we watch at home. We're not doing like which one would you survive in. This is about franchises.
Oh, I understand that, but that's where
you
my
don't
mind
understand
goes.
that because you based your choice upon surviving in one or the other.
Whatever.
Which series do you like more?
Oh man, that's difficult.
Yeah, which series is better? No, see, even more than that. Which series has more cultural significance overall? Not all positive. Also the negative you have to think about.
It's got to be Nightmare on Elm Street.
And which one do you like better as well? It's Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, you got the first one. You got Dream Warriors. Which is a good one.
Like it's this.
Freddy's Dead, the Final Nightmare.
This one I would not let Nightmare on Elm Street die in the first round anyway. If I had to, I would have taken my shot.
All right.
But that one has to go.
Yeah,
I love Nightmare on Elm Street, but hey, Night of the Living Dead can come back. It's in the losers round. Here is a super interesting one. Seeds 8 and 9. Saw versus Scream.
Ooh, Jigsaw, Ghostface. Oh.
And see, here's the thing. So you have meta new age horror versus torture porn.
I mean, the first Saw was more about trying to teach you a lesson about cherishing what you can get.
Yeah, the first one. Well, wasn't the first one also James Wan?
Yes.
So see, the first one was a lot more not cerebral, but there was definitely more, not substance either, but like
it was just about.
It's hard to say.
They wanted you to like think about shit.
It was more concise.
Yes.
And yeah, there was a thought behind it.
And then every other sequel was just about how
they had a story behind it.
How elaborate can we make these traps and kills?
They still had a story, and I liked the story, but I liked it in a very superficial, sort of guilty pleasure way.
Yeah,
we'll say that. And Scream, that's the thing. Both Saw and Scream, when they came out, they were both like a horror event.
Yeah.
So which horror event touched our hearts more?
Scream.
Yeah, I think it's Scream.
It's Scream 100%.
Yeah. Sorry, Saw.
Like I said, after
top
the first...
Top Cedar gets bumped down.
Yeah.
All right. Evil Dead.
All right.
Versus Poltergeist.
Evil Dead!
This one we don't even have to talk about. We don't even have to talk about this one.
It's Evil Dead! The Necronomicon!
We don't have to talk about this one. Sorry, Poltergeist. You're
Evil
out.
Fucking Dead!
You're out, Poltergeist. Here's an intriguing one. Child's Play.
All right.
Versus the Hannibal series.
I think we're going to see another one get unseated. I think I'm going Hannibal. Acting's better. Story's better. There's just too many one-liners. The Child's Play is all about one-liners.
Yeah, I gave it a top seed because it was one of the Titans in its own era. But then once you start factoring in like Seed of Chucky and
Bride of Chucky,
and I love Brad Dourif, but I mean, it's Hannibal.
Yeah,
Friday the 13th versus Candyman. It's obviously Candyman, right?
Friday the fucking 13th.
Yeah, no discussion there. It's absolutely Friday the 13th.
Jason Voorhees all day, every day.
You have a real boner for the main stars of each one of these. You're not going for any of the cinematography or the social impact or like any other side characters. It's always just that main bro. Do you live vicariously through these horror movies, Michael?
No, I mean, we could talk about, if we want to, we could have a final girl or a final survivor bracket. Because then you gotta have Nancy go up against Lori.
For once and for all, now that we have video, I want to look sincerely into the camera.
All right.
We do not support women.
I support women.
No. That actually would be a pretty cool.
Who's the better final girl? Nancy from on Elm Street or Lori from Halloween?
I mean, Halloween.
Laurie Strode.
Laurie Strode, yeah.
Laurie Strode beats Nancy.
Yeah, of course she does. Especially when you factor in the newer Halloween movies.
Yeah.
Where she's like a crazy kook.
That's got booby traps and shit, yeah.
How about this, Michael?
All right.
Predator versus Resident Evil.
Predator. It's too quotable. You could quote something from almost all of those movies.
Give me one Predator quote right now.
Kill me, I'm here! Kill me!
That's the one you pick?
Get to the chopper!
There you go.
You are one ugly motherfucker.
You didn't even go for, like, the two arms?
Turn around.
The two arms? Like when the two arms go up like that? Isn't that from that?
No, I don't think so.
Whenever he grabs, what's his name?
Schwarzenegger?
No. Oh, no!
Carl Weathers?
When Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger grab hands.
Oh, you... Dylan! You
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
Yeah, and they grab hands. That's my favorite quote from that movie. All right, speaking of Laurie Strode, Halloween versus Insidious. Now, here's the thing you have to remember. That first Halloween movie was awesome. The second Halloween movie, Then you have Season of the Witch, which doesn't even count in this. Yes, it does.
And it was actually pretty scary.
It's actually pretty good,
Yeah.
but it was, like, from a social aspect, horrible because everyone was like, where the hell's Michael Myers? Then you have Return to Michael Myers, and that was like...
And then they bring on the Cult of Thorn and all
the
kind
cult,
of
and, like,
bullshit.
there's a dagger and, like, all this other weird stuff.
And
then
he
H2...
fucks his own, like, niece or something like that. And
Then H2O... If Busta Rhymes is the best part of your
H2O
Halloween
was,
movie...
No, H2O was Halloween Resurrection.
Halloween Resurrection. Whichever one had Busta Rhymes
Halloween
in
Resurrection, yeah.
If Busta Rhymes is the best part of your Halloween movie...
You have a problem.
You messed up. And that's nothing against Busta Rhymes. I loved him in that movie. He saved me in that theater that day. Like, I hated that. It was horrible. The whole thing was stupid. Busta Rhymes was funny and cool.
Yeah.
But the problem is I'm watching a horror movie. Michael Myers should have been scary, and I should have been pooping my pants, but I wasn't because I was just laughing at Busta Rhymes.
I think for staying power, though, it's got to go to Halloween.
For William Shatner's face being the mask, it goes to Halloween.
It goes to Halloween.
All right, and then the final one in this stretch, Alien versus Psycho. I mean, this one's obvious.
It's Alien.
It's Alien.
It's, really
I love you, Psycho. Psycho had to make it out of the first round, but Psycho will see you in the loser's bracket. Anyway, so we are down to, what would you call this? This is the semifinals?
Yep. No, this is the quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals. This is the quarterfinals right here. These are our quarterfinals. But we are going to very quickly, and this time we're truly going off vibes. I don't want to take any crazy amount of time on this loser's bracket.
All right.
I want to get us over to here somewhere. Maybe even just get us to our loser's bracket winner right now.
All right, that works. Yeah, let's
Put the music in now, in post. Now, if I had learned OBS, I could have had it play music, but I don't know how OBS works right now. So in later editing, Mike, hey, editor Mike, play Lightning round. All right, Psycho versus The Exorcist.
Exorcist.
Yes, I'll take it. Insidious versus The Omen.
Insidious.
Resident Evil versus Paranormal Activity.
Resident Evil.
Yeah, okay. Candyman versus Hellraiser.
Candyman? Candyman.
No, you know what? I'm taking my thing I didn't take before, since I never did. Hellraiser.
Oh, God damn it. We love you, Tony Todd.
All right, we're back to even. Neither one of us has one. Child Player, Final Destination.
Final Destination.
Final Destination, yeah. Poltergeist versus Conjuring.
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist! I keep wanting to say mashed potatoes, but that was the Encounters of the Third Kind. Same director, though. Saw versus Jaw. Saws versus Jaw. Saw. Thank you. I love Saw. Night of the Living Dead versus the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Night of the Living Dead.
The Exorcist versus Insidious.
Exorcist.
Yeah. Pretty cool classic. Resident Evil versus Hellraiser.
Resident Evil.
Yeah, okay. Final Destination versus Poltergeist.
Final Destination.
Yeah. Saw, Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, that's more substance.
Much more substance.
All right, so I feel like this is where it starts to get a little bit skanky.
Oh, yeah.
This is where we start to really...
Buttheads.
We start to really see where the bupkis is. So we look now, and it's Nightmare on Elm Street versus Scream. And now here's where we should probably get into a little more Nightmare on Elm Street feelings and vibes. So I think this was the first set of movies that I really sort of obsessed with when I was younger. I really enjoy the creativity of it, as well as the scares. And even when it was bad, it was interesting.
I'll give it that.
Then Scream came out when I was starting to get older, and sort of that meta-ness and that questioning of genre and tropes really hit strong for me.
Yeah.
And at the time, I really liked Jamie Kennedy.
A lot of people did.
Yeah, didn't last long, but...
I don't know. I think the bigger staying power comes with Nightmare on Elm Street.
So we have to go.
It's Robert Englund is Freddy Krueger.
Robert
We're not even going to talk about that shitty reboot that they did that made Freddy Krueger a pedophile.
He very well could have been a pedophile in the originals.
Robert Englund refused to play if he said I'll play him if he's a child murderer.
Well, that's the point, is that it's never explicitly said, but it's the subtext is left into the idea that he may or may not have been. He definitely killed children, and that's
yes.
And guess what? That's bad enough.
That is bad enough.
That's bad enough. So, yeah. I feel like this one's an easy one. Evil Dead versus the Hannibal series.
Evil Dead!
Yeah, Michael over here has a severe boner for the Evil Dead, for Sam Raimi, and for Bruce Campbell. My boner is... If I say Michael's is 95%, I think I'd say mine's 75. So it's still there, but it's just not as severe as his.
My boner for Evil Dead is as hard as Bruce Campbell's chin.
Did you even watch the full Ash vs. the Evil Dead TV series?
Yes!
Good. Okay. I'll give it to you there.
It was amazing.
Friday the 13th versus Predator.
Friday the 13th.
With no question?
No question.
Wow. I find that kind of interesting.
Because finally the franchise is out of legality hell and we're finally going to get more movies.
That's the reason why you're picking it here?
The fact that the reboot, the 2009 reboot really saved the franchise because it turned Jason from this slow zombie-ish character to an actual person.
I never even saw that movie, and I before you, I never even knew a person that had.
What, the 2009 reboot?
Yeah, like...
Oh, it's fucking amazing, dude.
I don't think anybody agreed with you. Yeah. 26% from the critics, 47% from audiences.
It's better than...
With over 100,000 people have chimed in to give it a 47%. Though technically well constructed, Friday the 13th is a series rehash that features little to distinguish itself from its predecessors. I mean, this person said they really enjoyed it. Good at best, saved largely by Sam Winchester.
Yeah.
But
Jared Padalecki's in it.
Yeah, I'm not going to... Michael, it was definitely not... it could be amazing to you.
It saved the franchise just
because... How did it save the franchise? We haven't had another movie in 16 years.
Because it got wrapped up in legal hell. Because
it was already wrapped up in legal hell before that, before this movie.
Still got released, though.
Yeah, whatever. How could this have saved the franchise if 2009 is the last time we saw anything
because
from
there was
that
supposed
franchise?
to be a sequel for this, and then it got caught
Well, then
up in
you
legal
can't
bullshit.
say it was saved
And not to
if
mention,
it hasn't come out, if nothing else has come out yet.
And not to mention, it made Jason more of a human instead of some.
None of that
supernatural-
matters if this is where he died. This is the hill he died on right here.
He didn't die. He comes back at the end of the movie like he always does.
2009. Look, I have my little mouse cursor.
Yeah,
You
I
can
understand
see it.
that, and it's because the original creators didn't want to give up the rights.
Yeah, probably because this movie sucked.
You've never seen it. Form your own opinion and watch it yourself.
I think I will have to next, before we record next. But part of the reason I didn't see it was because both critics and audiences didn't like it. Same reason why I didn't watch the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot. Because no one liked it. Now, sure, you should form your own opinions about things, but when it comes to movies and when there's plenty of other stuff to watch, but we can at least say it kills Predator.
Yes.
Okay. I'll fight you about something else later. Halloween versus Alien. Now, here's the thing. If we're going to call this the horror franchise tournament, and I said Alien is involved here, but as a horror franchise, which one is better?
Halloween.
It's obviously Halloween.
It's obviously Halloween.
But if we look at it purely from Alien's horror aspects, so the whole first movie,
Yeah.
large sections of the second movie,
Yeah.
especially toward the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
The third movie in its setup and like the middle portion.
Yeah.
No part of Resurrection.
No.
Because I like Resurrection. I like Alien Resurrection. It's not good, but I like it. Like, she throws that basketball behind her, and I think she did that with like on the first take or something.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty cool. And then that gross alien getting sucked through the hole. You can't tell me that big ugly alien getting sucked through that hole and her crying about it wasn't cool.
It was.
But overall. And then you would also have to include like Prometheus in this and like Covenant, Romulus. It's like you include all that stuff. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of horror and it's fun. But I think Alien is a better science fiction movie than it is a horror movie.
Now, Romulus went back to horror because they used elements from Isolation.
Which, I mean, if we were including Alien Isolation in this, I think Alien Isolation by itself would win this entire tournament. But Alien is a better science fiction property.
Yes.
Than it is a horror property. And I feel like Alien has to win this.
Alien wins this?
Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween wins this.
Halloween has to win this. So we're going to go real quick. Door losers. Hannibal versus The Exorcist.
Hannibal Falls, Exorcist. Hannibal Falls in this one, Exorcist wins.
Hannibal Falls, The Exorcist wins. Yeah, okay.
The movie had people throwing up in the theaters.
Yeah, but that's because they were all wusses back then. Scream versus Resident Evil.
Scream.
Yeah, sorry. Alien versus Final Destination.
Alien.
These are pretty cookie cutter. Here's one that gets a little bit more interesting, I think. Predator versus Night of the Living Dead.
Love you, Predator, but I'm going to go with Predator in this one.
Homer, Monroeville Mall, freaking London Church Road, Pittsburgh, that's Century 3 Mall. Whatever, malls.
And not to mention, fucking George Romero is from here.
Romero's pretty cool. Okay, The Exorcist versus Scream.
The Exorcist takes down Scream.
Really?
Yeah. Probably the most influential horror movie of all time is The Exorcist. Everything paranormal having to do with demons and ghosts and shit is basically just watering down what this movie
Had done?
Yes.
You know, I'll give it to you. Because Scream had the bigger cultural zeitgeist move, but The Exorcist had the bigger horror move.
Not to mention the Catholic Church still will condemn you for watching it.
Alien versus Night of the Living Dead.
Sorry, Ripley, I'm going Night of the Living Dead.
Ooh, this is where I fight you.
Pittsburgh, baby.
This is where I fight you. I gave you Pittsburgh on the last one because it made sense. But I think all of the horror of Alien beats Night of the Living Dead in its own genre.
You're kind of right. Yeah.
Oh, I convinced you that easily?
Yeah, it's...
Hey! We'll eat a pierogi while we vote for Alien.
Yeah.
All right. So, after all of that blustering, as it happens in sports, like all the time, after all of that fighting and horror, we're down to the top 4 seeds making it to the end. This is seed 1 versus seed 4, seed 2 versus seed 3.
That's the power of their staying.
This is just how it goes. But I mean, we got to talk about other movies and rank them, etc. But Nightmare on Elm Street versus The Evil Dead.
Sorry, Evil Dead. It's gotta be Evil Dead. Bruce Campbell has the better one-liners. Sam Raimi's the better director. They shot it on such a budget. It's such a cult classic. And not to mention, if Ash has the Necronomicon, he sends Freddy back to hell.
To be quite frank, that is all a very accurate statement. But I'm going to go in a different direction, following along to agree with you. But my argument is, which one had the bigger impact on everything?
Well, obviously,
into its future.
A Nightmare on Elm Street had a bigger impact.
No.
Well, I mean, there's Freddy merch everywhere.
No. The bigger impact overall.
Oh, it was definitely Evil Dead.
Because Evil Dead brought us Sam Raimi. And by giving us Sam Raimi, we got the 3 Spider-Man movies. And we got Drag Me to Hell, which I don't care what anybody says. I think Drag Me to Hell is a better movie than the Evil Dead movies. I'm sorry. I love Drag Me to Hell.
There's no Bruce Campbell.
I don't give a shit. There's Bruce Campbell in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
And that's a Sam Raimi movie.
It's not better than Drag Me to Hell. I love Drag Me to Hell, and that might be my favorite Sam Raimi movie. Quote me. Okay. But because that gave us, honestly, just because The Evil Dead gave us Spider-Man, and that there was a horror scene in Spider-Man 2, largely inspired by The Evil Dead, when Doc Ock first wakes up and his arms start doing stuff on their own.
Yeah.
Completely and utterly referencing Evil Dead.
Yes.
I have to give it to Evil Dead, and I love you. I love you. Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger, I love you so much. He's my favorite horror icon. But Evil Dead.
All hail the mighty Bruce!
That's okay. Freddy's down here now. We'll see him again. Now, Friday the 13th versus Halloween.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah. I'm not going to fight you in any way, shape, or form. Because here we have the Shape versus
both Jason
the
and
deformed child and his mom at one point.
Yep.
But if we looked at 2 of them, Michael Myers is, to me, even though, didn't Michael Myers come first? So it's funny that Halloween came first.
But Friday the 13th came along next and did what Halloween did, but better.
Yeah, I was going to say, Halloween feels like a cheap imitation of Jason, even though Jason came second.
Yeah. Well, and then also the fact that Jason's gone through a different set of iterations. We've had Zombie Jason. We've had Uber Jason.
He's looked different. He's done different things.
Yeah. And then the 2009 reboot that we were talking about, they actually made him like a woodsy guy. Like, he runs... He's, like, prolific with different...
Technically, the running would make everything make more sense, because I was just discussing with somebody
he's
that...
He's basically Mountain Man Jason.
Why does he always catch up to people if he never goes past even a stroll?
I mean, I've played the Friday the 13th online multiplayer game when it was out, and one of his abilities is teleportation.
Yeah, which he doesn't actually have.
No.
He does not have that. Like, anyway... What it comes back to, like, comparing these two, is his initial idea with Halloween, with Michael Myers. He didn't have a name. He was just the shape.
Yeah.
The shape. And it was the idea that he was just an embodiment of evil.
Yeah.
He had no purpose. Like, put all that Laurie Strode stuff in the past, like that being a sister, any cults. He was never supposed to have a reason for doing anything.
Yeah.
And there is something creepy about that. But let me tell you, which one feels better? That or Jason getting revenge on obviously it's teenagers who didn't do anything to him. Those ones. But it's
because they didn't protect him from
some other teenagers didn't protect him. He kills other innocent teenagers. But at least there's a motivation. And I kind of like motivation.
Yeah.
So I have to give it to Jason.
Not to mention he keeps his mom's head.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool.
Kill for mother.
So Halloween, now, and this is very good timeline-wise. These kind of come close to each other in reality.
All right.
Halloween versus The Exorcist.
I still say The Exorcist. It's The Exorcist, because at least Exorcist 3...
I feel like it has more impact.
Yeah.
A Nightmare on Elm Street versus Alien.
Nightmare on Elm Street. I'll give you Freddy Krueger on this one.
Yeah. It's not which film series is better. In this case, we will look specifically at horror. And honestly, it's what it did for horror.
Yeah. A lot of people didn't want to sleep after seeing that.
Which is pretty sick. All right, so this is our number 1 seed versus our 17 seed. A Nightmare on Elm Street versus The Exorcist.
Ooh, buddy.
You gonna give me Freddy? You gonna give me Freddy?
Yeah, I'll give you
because The Exorcist is pretty cool. Pea soup. No one's denying pea soup.
No one's denying pea soup. No one's denying let Jesus fuck you.
But, Nightmare.
Yeah, it's gotta be Nightmare. All
right. This is your battle. Evil Dead versus Friday the 13th.
I'm sorry, Jason. I'm sorry.
But you have to go Evil Dead?
It's Bruce. It's Evil fucking Dead.
And if I have to pick between these two, it's definitely Evil Dead.
I mean...
the funny thing is, now because of that choice you made, now the choice finally comes. Nightmare on Elm Street versus Friday the 13th in the losers bracket.
Friday the 13th.
You know what? I'm going to give you this one because this makes Jason the winner of the losers.
I'll take it.
I can end the tournament.
And your winner.
Final results. First place, Evil Dead, even though it's all weird and sideways.
Yes.
Second place, Friday the 13th. And third place, the number 1 seed, A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, that's how I'd rank it. To be quite honest,
The Exorcist gets 4th place, winning 5 out of 2.
That's a very honorable mention.
And then, Halloween, Alien, Scream, Night of the Living Dead, and more going down. But yeah. So according to us, Evil Dead is the best ever, and that's just how it's going to be.
Bruce Campbell, please subscribe. We love you. I want to touch your chin.
Oh, I forgot. See, here you get to see some of the foibles of learning how to do things like this. Because I was supposed to have this text pop up telling you what all rounds and stuff we were in, but I didn't do it. We'll see if I add that in post in DaVinci. But either way, there it is. We'll see if that comes up later or if that's just going to be a little empty square there this whole time. Maybe I'll put a little dancing monster down there.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Maybe I'll put a little gif of a dancing monster down there.
All right, before we cut out, I got to ask you this one. Which one of the big 3 from the original black and white horrors is the scariest? Vampire, Dracula, Mummy, or Werewolf?
So, I have to pick Vampire, Dracula...
There's 4. I'm sorry, the big 4.
Vampire, Dracula, Mummy, or Werewolf. I think I'd pick Dracula, because Dracula beats a vampire because he's more specific, and a mummy is dumb.
We forgot Frankenstein.
Well, you said...
The monster.
You forgot Frankenstein's monster and gave his spot to Dracula. So Dracula beats Vampire because Dracula's more specific and he's based on a real person. And then mummies are dumb. And what was the other one you said?
Werewolf.
And werewolves don't like silver. And obviously Dracula has silver in his castle.
Vampires don't like silver either.
Dracula wins. Nah, it's not real. Dracula wins.
God damn it.